with Paul Carberry. Papillon also prominent, Ruby Walsh, and they're followed by Bob Tracy and Escartefigue as they jump the first. Buzz Doyle from Papillon, all safely over. Bob Tracy is a close third, 2.5 lengths back to Escartefigue, the first of the English challengers, followed by Florida Pearl, racing between Addington Boy on the inside and Buck Rogers, the complete outsider, as they come down to the first of the ditches. And it's Boss Doyle from Papillon. Bob Tracy jumps up between them. Boss Doyle very clumsy over that one, and Bob Tracy lands in front from Papillon second. They're 2 lengths in front of Boss Doyle. Escartefigue is fourth, and behind Escartefigue comes Addington Boy. Then the odds-on shot, Florida Pearl, and Buck Rogers is the back marker as they go over the third. Papillon, Bob Tracy together, and Boss Doyle again very slow over that fence, loses third place to Escartefigue as they go towards fence number 4. Papillon on the inside shows just ahead of Bob Tracy. Boss Doyle on the left of the picture, Escartefigue in the black and white. Bob Tracy, Papillon together. Escartefigue in third. Boss Doyle again a bit slow, then Florida Pearl lobbing along in fifth, followed by Buck Rogers, Addington Boy, Adrian Maguire in rear as they go down towards fence number 5, which is an open ditch. Papillon, the leader by less than a length to Bob Tracy in second. They jump it together. In fact, Bob Tracy lands fractionally in front. They're about 4 clear of Escartefigue. Florida Pearl jumped up past Boss Doyle. Addington Boy last but one, and finally Buck Rogers as they come down towards the 6th. Another plain fence, and Papillon, the leader, under Ruby Walsh from Bob Tracy, Norman Williamson, the red colours, white cap. They're followed by Escartefigue, Florida Pearl, and Boss Doyle on the outside. Addington Boy right of the picture, and Buck Rogers and Sean O'Donovan in rear as they run the turn, taking them towards fence number 7, and Papillon the leader from Bob Tracy, the Thyestes Chase winner in second. Escartefigue on the inside of Boss Doyle. They're being followed by Florida Pearl, Addington Boy on the inner, and then Buck Rogers. Fence number 7, Papillon the leader, Bob Tracy in second. Just an ordinary pace, followed in third by Escartefigue, Boss Doyle the outside, then Florida Pearl, followed by Addington Boy, and behind Addington Boy, Buck Rogers is last of the 7 as they come past the winning post for the first time. Papillon shows in front by half a length to Bob Tracy in second. They're followed in third place by Boss Doyle with Escartefigue alongside. Tracking them is Florida Pearl. Behind Florida Pearl is Addington Boy, and a 3-length gap at the back marker, Buck Rogers, as they run up now towards fence number 8. Papillon from Bob Tracy, Boss Doyle jumped the last few fences a bit better. Followed by Escartefigue, who's tracked all the way by Florida Pearl. Addington Boy on the extreme right, and Buck Rogers brings up the rear over the 8th. Bob Tracy disputes it with Papillon as they run up towards halfway, fence number 9. Papillon on the right from Bob Tracy in second. Boss Doyle, the orange sleeves, Paul Carberry on the left of the picture. Then Escartefigue in the black and white hoops. Florida Pearl alongside him. Addington Boy the inside, and a gap then to Buck Rogers, who brings up the rear. About to swing left-handed into the back straight. They have another 8 fences to jump in this, the Hennessy Cognac Gold Cup here at Leopardstown. Papillon from Bob Tracy. Escartefigue close in third. Following him all the way, Florida Pearl. Addington Boy is next, then Boss Doyle, as they swing towards the first down the far side. Fence number 10. Buck Rogers has got tailed off, and Bob Tracy and Papillon together. Escartefigue, Florida Pearl. Then Addington Boy, Boss Doyle has dropped back, and then a long way clear of Buck Rogers. They've 7 fences left to jump now, just over a mile to race. And Papillon narrowly from Bob Tracy. 2.5 lengths back to Escartefigue. A length Florida Pearl travelling easily just ahead of Addington Boy, and a gap of 5 then to Boss Doyle as they jump this one. Bob Tracy and Papillon together, followed by Escartefigue, Florida Pearl in 4, Addington Boy just behind him. Then a 10-length gap to Boss Doyle, who's about 15 clear of Buck Rogers. 6 from home. This is another ditch, and Papillon and Bob Tracy go to it together. Bob Tracy jumps it just the better. Lands half a length up, Papillon second, Florida Pearl disputing third place with Escartefigue. Just behind them, Addington Boy. Boss Doyle has been left a long way behind, and Buck Rogers also as they come to this one. 5 from home. Bob Tracy on the outside of Papillon. Then comes Escartefigue, followed by Florida Pearl. Just a slight mistake by Addington Boy. Still in touch though. Bostoyle has been pulled up. Buck Rogers continuing on a long way behind, but as they go towards the fourth from home now, it's Papillon from Bob Tracy, Escartefigue's in third, Florida Pearl on the outside in 4. Got in a bit close there, but didn't lose much ground. Addington Boy ridden along behind them. They run now towards the final ditch. 3 from home in the Hennessy Gold Cup, and it's Papillon, Ruby Walsh, Bob Tracy in second, Florida Pearl moving up now. This is the fence that saw his demise in the Ericsson, but he's going very easily on the outside as they go towards 3 from home. Florida Pearl, Bob Tracy and Papillon together, Escartefigue just behind them, and then Addington Boy. They round the turn, less than half a mile to go. They've 2 fences to jump, and Papillon, Florida Pearl on the outside, Bob Tracy the centre, Escartefigue behind them, coming down towards the second last now. Ruby Walsh hard at work on Papillon, going very easily, Florida Pearl. Then Escartefigue, Bob Tracy's weakened, then Addington Boy, and as they run towards the home turn, cruising in front, Florida Pearl from Papillon. Richard Johnson had worked on Escartefigue, Addington Boy back and forth. Bob Tracy stopped in a hurry, but they turned to face the final fence in the Hennessy, and it's Florida Pearl and Escartefigue. 1-2 in the Sun Alliance at Cheltenham last year. Down to the final fence, Florida Pearl, Escartefigue coming after them. They've gone away from the others. At the last, Florida Pearl jumps it well. Escartefigue in second, they're clear, and racing now into the last 200 yards. It's Florida Pearl, ridden out by Richard Dunwoody. Escartefigue trying hard in second and staying on gamely. It's almost a replica of the Sun Alliance as they race up towards the line. Same result, Florida Pearl's in front. Escartefigue stays all the way, but going to the line, Florida Pearl wins it a bit closely by a couple of lengths.